In traditional grammar, we studied that there are 8 parts of speech. But since we are in the modern era, we consider that this is modern English grammar that we are going to study. And in this grammar, these parts of speech or word classes have been divided into two different categories, and two more categories have been added. That means altogether we have to study 10 word classes or 10 parts of speech in our previous traditional speech. So what we see here, these word classes have been divided into two groups. As you can see here, we have open word classes and we have closed word classes. Now there is a system. Based on that system, this classification has been made and the words have been separated for the easy convenience of our study. Now what we see? Open word classes. Open word classes are those classes in which new words are constantly added. Daily some invention happens and those words they come into existence in our language system. So all those words have been categorized separately as open word classes. Now what happens? The number of category of words here are unlimited. That means every day each and every class out of this system gets new words. On the contrary, what we see, there is a closed word system in which 6 categories have been placed, and as we know, we cannot add the numbers to these categories. There are pronouns which are fixed, determiners which earlier was not included in the parts of speech. Now it has got its entry into this system. Now these determiners are known as articles. We already studied them, but we never studied them as a part of speech. Now it is the part of speech here in English, or it belongs to the closed word system, because articles, there are only 3 articles. Oh and the, as you know it, we cannot add another article to this particular category. That's why it is closed. There are nouns, and every single day nouns get added, invented, since we are making progress. As these humans getting progressive, the new things have been invented, discovered and added. That's why these classes have been separated for the convenience of our study. So there are nouns and there are unlimited nouns. We cannot fix that there are 1000 nouns, 1 lakh nouns, 1 crore nouns. We do not find that kind of exact figure here, since every day nouns are being added into that category. Similar is the case with adjectives, verbs and adverbs. That's why these 4 parts word classes have been categorized as open word classes, and these 6 remaining, whom we know as pronouns, determiners or articles, auxiliary verbs. These are fixed word classes. What we see here, verbs are unlimited. As the nouns are getting added, so the verbs are also getting added into the dictionary. Now, these verbs are unlimited, but auxiliary verb, we consider them as helping verb in our traditional parts of speech. They help to form tenses, as we know already from our previous study in our school days. Now these auxiliary verbs are helping verbs, and they are limited in number. You can remember how many auxiliaries are helping verbs we use. Am, is, are, was, were, will be, shall be, ought be, must, need, etc. That means that there are not more than this particular list is there. That's why these verbs, actually these are verbs, but they have been separated as the closed word class item, and it is another part of speech in now modern grammar. Similar is the case with preposition. Prepositions are also in number. We cannot add new preposition to the already existing list. There are 54 word prepositions. We cannot add more than that. So that's why it belongs to the word classes. And finally, we also have this traditional part of speech, 2 part of speech, whom we know as conjunctions and interjection. Now in Marathi, what we consider here, if we translate that into Marathi, these word classes are considered as parts of speech. शब्दांच्या जाती, नाम, सर्वनाम, विशेषण, क्रियापद, क्रिया विशेषण, articles. Now there is no other word in Marathi for this particular class, so we keep it as articles. Articles, helping verbs, किंवा मदत करणारे क्रियापद, प्रीपोजिशन्स शब्दयोगी अव्यय, कंजंक्शन्स उभयान्वयी अव्यय, दोन शब्दांना जोडणारे अव्यय, आणि इंटरजेक्शन इज एक्सक्लेमेशन. सो किंवा वी कन्सिडर उद्गारवाचक शब्द. तर असे कंप्लीट 10 प्रकारचे शब्दांच्या जाती आपल्याला इंग्रजीमध्ये पाहायला मिळतात. मराठीमध्ये ही कन्सेप्ट नाही. डिटरमायनर वी डोंट सी देम, and we also don't see this separate entity as auxiliary verbs. The rest we already have studied in our school days. नाम, सर्वनाम, विशेषण, क्रियापद, क्रिया विशेषण, शब्दयोगी आणि उभयान्वयी असे वेगवेगळे शब्दांच्या जाती आहेत. There are different word classes. Now, as we call them, there are different word classes classified into two categories. One is open category, another one is closed category. In open category, we find these types of words, whom we term as nouns, adjectives, verbs, adverbs. Then, in closed category, we have pronouns. Pronouns are very limited, as we also know. So that's why this category has been included into closed word classes. Sarvanam, naam, sarvanam, pronouns, determiners or articles, auxiliary verbs, and prepositions, conjunctions, and interjection. So there are 10 types of word classes as we are supposed to teach and learn here in this particular year as word classes. This is modern English grammar.